All right, everybody. Stinky MD back here again. We have a few familiar faces, a few threats on the other side. We have Megalopony, who handed us our loss the other day just because we got two nice wins. In the last video, I have not forgotten about what Megalopony did to me. We have Greninja, which is probably, as I keep talking about it, the scariest thing in this entire format for me. We have Ariados, which is cool to see, not Slurpuff. Um, Dragonite, Gyarados. I don't really have any other evaluations on this stuff. All that stuff is pretty manageable. What's unmanageable is Greninja, and what could be unmanageable is Megalopony, which handed me a loss the other day, which no, I will never forget about for the rest of my life. Let's get into it. Stinky MD versus Wafflebet. Yeah, you tried to throw me off there with the spelling, but I got you. Ariados is going to come out. You're probably going to set up Sticky Web. There you go. I'm going to set up some hazards on my end, and you look like you don't have a spinner. You look like you have a defogger. So one of the things I like to do is kind of egg people on to defogging. We're going to go Gyarados for Gyarados here. This is actually going to be my Intimidate Gyarados. I was like a pirate for a second there. So I'm going to do some Intimidate swapping. Just switch around. Of course, I'm going to get the defense drop because, of course, I am. It's just definitely a thing that's going to happen to me right now. Of course, it is. You're going to switch out. I'm going to. I thought I was going to Dragon Dance there. I'm going to go with the Victory Bell. I mean, this is fine as long as, and you're going to defog, which is, I love when they defog their own stuff. It's undoing your own work. I'm fine with entry hazards being out on both sides. I don't think I mind that much. And Skarmory is also a really scary mon. And that's the thing about having this grass poison type be your corrosion user, you be your main guy. Like, you could just click Brave Bird at any second and just end my life. Fortunately, you're not clicking it. Maybe you don't know it. It could very well be that you don't know it. I'm going to Strength Sap just in case you do know it. Hopefully this is good enough. I'm actually just going to be scared and switch out. You're going to set up a Tailwind. I am going to start setting up some hazards of my own, but Megalopony comes out, so I actually have to change my mind. Literally, you have to change your whole tune when this thing comes out. The thing about Lopunny that's interesting, or the thing about this guy's team that's interesting, is you have Megalopony, sure, and you wouldn't really do this with Lopunny per se, but like even something like Gyarados and Dragonite, like all these things could Mega Evolve, you know? I mean, looking at the Lopunny, you're kind of able to clock it, but if it wasn't Lopunny, it was like something else, then you could be running like Mega Greninja or something. Like, it's all, on the table. And that's another thing about having so many Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. Like, even looking at my team, it could be Mega Chandelure, it could be Mega Gyarados, it could be Mega Skarmory, And so I haven't really experienced much of that guessing game, I'd say. Usually it's pretty easy to tell. Like, I ran into one Mega Gyarados in my whole time of playing so far. A few Dragonites, but if you see a Lopunny, it's going to be Lopunny. If you see a Victreebel, it's going to be Victreebel. Like, some are just like dead giveaways. Or it's like if you see an Excadrill, it could be Excadrill, No Mega Ariados, though. No Mega Meowstic. I don't think there's a Mega Crocodile either, but that's okay. Fake Out's going to come out and take out this thing. It's becoming a problem. But I'm going to click Body Press here. Boom. Hold that Body Press. 411 defense. Don't think you can set up in front of me. Like, do not do that. That's disrespectful. The field is going to defog again. This battle has been a battle. And I think I really love that fact that these are kind of like intense chess matches back and forth. They go into 30 turns. It helps me, boost my ego. It makes me feel like an intellectual at some point. But another part of me is like, man, is there any way that I could do this a little faster? I don't know what I'm in a rush to do. I'm sitting here recording a video, doing this thing. But I don't know. It's weird. I think another thing that annoys me is like, and I was going to say it, but it actually doesn't have it. I thought it had the heavy duty boots and it was just going to undo all the damage. And so it's 4-on-1, which is a rarity because how I started, and I'm going to say this is character development for me. It used to be like 4 Pokemon against Victreebel, but now it's Victreebel with his team of 4 against the Greninja. And I mean, like 30%, come on, we can do 30%, people. We can do 30%, right? Infestation is going to come out. I don't really have any offensive moves here, but you're just going to get hit by that stuff. I'm going to click Sucker Punch and take out the Greninja, and we're going to get the win. Nice. Feels good to take out Greninja. every time because Greninja could legitimately wreck my team if it just like if the timing is off about when and what's in and what I'm doing, then Greninja could just run wild. It's a very, very fine line. Um, I don't feel entirely safe around that thing. But we got our win back against Mega Lopunny. That was probably the main thing of this one. I just can't help but talk about Greninja because it's so good. It's so good, man. Let's jump into another match. So this is the last match of like this recording block that I've been doing, which has spanned all the Victory Bell videos that I have so far. And I mean, the point that I was talking about before, where it's like, who is the Mega on this team? You know, it could be Hawlucha, it could be Chestnut, Excadrill, Dragonite, Greninja, Floette. I don't think it's going to be Floette, but it could be, right? I think all of these things could Mega Evolve. Anyway, let's jump into it, and let's see who does Mega Evolve. We know who's going to be Mega on our side. Stinky MD versus CRVG Pedro 12. So you're going to lead Greninja, which is the scariest outcome because every outcome is scary with Greninja. I'm going to click Strength Sap immediately, just because I'm becoming more bold in the face of Greninja, and that actually scared it out for some reason. I have no clue why. Just keep clicking Ice Beam. But, I mean, I guess you don't want to stall. Like, I just keep clicking it, honestly. Like, I have nothing to do against it. I would have switched first, but because you did switch, I now have more momentum. I'm going to click Infestation and start doing a bunch of toxic damage and everything like that. Just a 1v1. Really just like the Victory Bell spin cycle with an extra layer where now you can't leave. I'm going to Infestation again. You're going to Synthesis and try to heal back, but now you're taking massive damage from everything, and it's becoming a bit untenable for you to live. Because look at that Synthesis. Look at all that stuff. It's gone. And you had an opportunity to switch out there. You decided not to use it. It doesn't matter how much you heal anymore. This is just the beginning of the end for you. You're going to click Bulk Up for some reason. Goodbye. Floette's going to come out. Floette always confuses me. It has a move that I have to still read the description of, but you're going to switch back out into Greninja like a hard switch, and I appreciate that because now I'm going to Strength Sap, and now I have Greninja caught in the Victory Bell spin cycle. Now, I don't really want it to be caught in the spin cycle, but I will stall it a little bit while we're here, you know, just get it down to a nice 65%. Here goes the Ice Beam on the Skarmory, and that was my read. You know, if your Ice Beam is doing like 50% to Victory Bell, there's something off here about this Greninja. I think that's the... I should have led with that, but usually Greninjas are doing like huge chunks of damage, but maybe you have something else in mind. Are you cooking something else? Hawlucha's going to come out. It's going to take damage, so it could be Mega. I'm going to go into Crocodile here, expecting Acrobatics or something like that. Now I'm going to go into Gyarados and drop you to half your attack, so you're not as scary. You're going to close combat and willingly lower your defenses. I shouldn't have worded it like that. It's a little misleading, but still. I'm going to Dragon Dance, and even though you brought your attack back, I'm faster than you now, and your defenses are lowered, so hold that. Dragonite's going to come out again because it takes rocks damage. It could be Mega, but just eat that Ice Fang, and my opponent's actually just going to quit. So I will say, all in all, I don't think I'm done playing Mega Victory Bell. I think I want to play more in this format. I don't know what Mega I want to use next, though. I mean, by the time this comes out, I may have some ideas, but feel free to give me more. And maybe I'll play with Swalot at some point. I don't know. I was just editing the Swalot video the other day. I'm making a thumbnail. Yeah, maybe. But with all that being said, GG's to the opponents. Thank you for watching. And I will see you next time. Oh, just one thing. I mean, look at this. You got 5 Pokemon on my side, 2 Pokemon on the opponent's side. Like, I'm getting good. I'm getting good. Or I'm getting good again. Something's happening here, people. Something's happening. All right, I'll see you later.